Hurricane Milton's destructive Eyewall is now moving ashore near Sarasota, Florida, in Tampa Bay, with a major threat to life and property as it hammers the state with destructive storm surge, devastating wind damage, potentially catastrophic flooding rainfall, and several tornadoes. The track of Hurricane Milton continues to be a worst-case scenario for the Tampa Bay region southward to Charlotte. The National Weather Service in Tampa Bay said in a briefing Wednesday morning, Milton has weakened slightly to a Category 3 hurricane, packing winds up to 120 miles per hour as of 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It is centered 35 miles west-southwest of Sarasota and is tracking to the northeast at 15 miles per hour. Bands of heavy rain containing extreme wind gusts are spreading across parts of the state well in advance of landfall, as shown in the radar snapshot below. An extreme wind warning is in effect for portions of Tampa Bay. Tornado-like conditions are expected over the next couple of hours in this area. Move to the interiormost dry room of the structure that you are in. Being outside could be fatal. Gusts in this area may exceed 100 miles per hour. A tornado watch is in effect for the southern half of the Florida peninsula until 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, including Miami, Tampa Bay, and Fort Myers. Multiple tornadoes have been confirmed in southern Florida since this morning. Tropical storm force winds have arrived along the west coast of Florida, as shown in orange below. Winds have gusted up to 77 miles per hour in Sarasota and in the Egmont Channel and 66 mph in St. Petersburg. Hurricane-force gusts are arriving along the coast. A storm surge of 2 to 5 feet has been recorded from Naples to Charlotte Harbor, with more inundation likely occurring in Manatee and Sarasota counter airs, where hurricane and storm surge alerts are in effect. Hurricane warnings cover much of central Florida from the Gulf side to the Atlantic side, including the Tampa Bay area, Fort Myers, Orlando, Cape Canaveral, and Daytona Beach. This means sustained winds of 74 miles per hour or higher. Conditions are expected within the warning area by Wednesday evening into early Thursday. The area's tropical storm watches and warnings cover other parts of Florida, southeast Georgia, southeast South Carolina, and southern North Carolina, as shown in the map below. A storm surge warning stretches along Florida's Gulf Coast from Flamingo northward to Yankeetown, including Charlotte Harbor and Tampa Bay. Part of the Atlantic coastline is also in a storm surge warning from Sebastian Inlet, Florida, northward to Altamaha Sound, Georgia, including the St. Johns River in northeast Florida. This means a life-threatening water rise from storm surge is expected in these areas late Wednesday into Thursday. Since storm surge forecasts are highly sensitive to the exact track, this means that the realized storm surge heights across the Tampa Bay region and south may vary widely, and there will likely be a noticeable gradient of surge heights to the north of the landfall location. However, the risk of devastating storm surge still exists across much of the west central and southwest coast of Florida given the size of the storm and the uncertainties in exactly where landfall will occur, the National Hurricane Center said late Wednesday morning. The storm surge threat has already started to begin across coastal southwestern Florida as water levels begin to rise during what should be low tide, according to a social media post from the National Weather Service office in Miami. Storm surge will continue building up today before likely peaking tonight into early Thursday. Storm surge could also inundate parts of Florida's east coast as well as coastal Georgia and South Carolina because of winds blowing onshore when Milton passes by Wednesday night through Thursday. Please note that adjustments to the storm surge forecast shown below are possible based on Milton's exact track. See catastrophic and life-threatening flash flooding and moderate to major river flooding is expected from Milton in the central and northern Florida peninsula. Totals across these areas